Hey, what's up guys? Pigmask here, looking to cast a game today between Empire and Next. This is going to be the second matchup between these two teams in the Gosuleague from earlier, earlier this week. This took place November the 19th, which would have been Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. This would have been Monday. This would have been, right now I'm casting this on a Saturday, so this would have been a Monday, 3 days before Thanksgiving. So, hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving for those celebrating it. And we're gonna be going into this game with Empire up against Next. They've won the first one. Next lost the first game pretty handily. They had a Juggernaut and a Disruptor on their team that had a bit of trouble, and they have a Queen of Pain that played pretty good, but it wasn't much against Empire's lineup. Empire had an excellent Chaos Knight Wisp combo. And Keeper of the Light as well was ineffective, but not as effective as Chaos Knight and Wisp, as we see Next responds to that with a Wisp ban a moment ago, and picking up a Chaos Knight on their own, actually. So I guess let's just jump right into the picks here before we talk a little bit about last game and what might be happening this game. So in the bans, we've got a Bat Rider and a Wisp ban from Next, and a Magnetar and Bounty Hunter ban from Empire. So, Broodmother ban as well is up now for Empire. Last game we saw a Templar Assassin on Empire, and we're seeing another one this time. Templar was relatively effective. She had an alright early game, not amazing. Queen of Pain did a pretty decent job of outlaning her, especially with a bit of help from Jacaro. And Templar had a little bit of trouble starting up, but she ended up being a pretty effective supplement to Chaos Knight and Wisp. So we'll see what she does this game without those two to help her out. Instead, she's going to have Darkseer and Sven with her. So we'll see how well those guys combo together. They can combo together well, definitely. Darkseer pulls people in. Templar hits in a line. Sven cleaves in an area, and his stun hits in an area. That can be pretty strong. If we look over at the bans now for Empire, they, in addition to the Magnetar, Bounty Hunter, and Broodmother bans, we've now seen two jungling hero bans, the Enchantress and Chen bans. So Next is not going to have a jungle hero likely, because they've also banned Enigma. Next is banned Enigma. They've also banned Venomancer, in addition to the previously mentioned Wisp and Bat Rider. So they've also banned Rubik now. So if we're looking at picks here, like I said, Empire has Darkseer, Templar, and Sven, which combo really well together, and Undying as well. That can be a good combo too. These are all pretty reliant on Darkseer's Vacuum landing effectively. Pretty much once that Vacuum lands, Sven can hit his Cleave real hard and his Stun, hit a few heroes. Templar Assassin has her Psyblades that hit in a line, so that can be pretty strong, hitting multiple heroes once they're vacuumed in. And Undying has his Decay that can grab a few people and steal strength from them and give him strength. And his ultimate as well has an aura that increases damage to nearby enemy heroes. So if you can group them up together with that vacuum, I guess that works somewhat in tangent with Undying. If we're gonna go good work next now, they have Chaos Knight, as I mentioned before, and Jacaro. Again, Jacaro they've played actually throughout this Gosuleague. 3 of their 4 matches so far have been involving Jacaro. So Jacaro he got a good buff in 2.75, or 6.75, and he's a pretty strong hero now, and we're seeing him a lot more. In addition to Chaos Knight and Jacaro, we've got Pudge, Keeper of the Light, and now Lone Druid as the final pick. So we're going to see Lone Druid going into that solo lane. We're probably going to see Pudge in the center with Jacaro, Keeper of the Light, and Chaos Knight tri-laning. Pudge is he has definitely seen some good play lately. Kind of Dendy sort of started off the powerful Pudge play as of late, relatively recently, and some other teams have kind of tried to pick that up, and they've done a good job. We've seen some strong hooks from a few different Pudges, and I'm expecting here we'll see some from Sing as well. So Keeper of the Light is a great zoner. He's, as we saw last game on Empire's team, Keeper of the Light was incredibly good at not only defending pushes, but sustaining pushes, perhaps more so sustaining pushes. So we'll see how well he can help here with a guy like Lone Druid is pretty effective at pushing. So is Chaos Knight. Jacaro is a strong laner as well with some good area damage and doing damage over time to towers. So Keeper of the Light should be a pretty effective hero here. If we're going to go on to the, I guess actually before we look over at the other team and introduce them, let's introduce next. We have Balas on the Jacaro that I've been talking about so much. We've got Sing on the Pudge. We've got Stallcat on Chaos Knight. We've got 9 on Keeper of the Light. This is actually the first game of this Gosuleague that he is not going to be playing a Disruptor. So that's kind of fun. And then we've got Mantis on the Lone Druid. He's played Queen of Pain a couple of times now in a row, so he's going to be switching it up a bit too. Actually, the only sustaining hero, by which I mean hero we've seen quite a bit from a team, is Jacaro. Is the only hero we've seen in a few games from Next, and the rest of them are all new to them for this this Gosuleague. So we'll see how effective they can be. But who they're going to have to be effective against is going to be Funnick on the Dark Seer. This is for Empire. We're going to have Scandal on the Templar Assassin. I believe that's who was playing Templar last time as well. Blow Your Brain on the Undying. Go Black on the Sven. And Go Black might be going toward that bear. Maybe not. And we're going to have SS on Leshrac. So the last pick, I didn't see it. The last pick for Empire was Leshrac, dropping a Sentry Ward right there. I'm sorry, an Observer Ward. And they were looking for a bit of a skirmish on the bottom with Next, but they didn't get it. And Next was looking for a skirmish with Empire on top, but they did not get that. So no skirmish early here, though we do have a Sven and a Leshrac kind of looking down here for that Jacaro. And Jacaro does get hit a few times, not only from the Split Earth, but then a few right clicks, dropping him to about half HP. And Keeper of the Light going to fire off his Illuminate, hitting both Sven and Leshrac. Sven, though, getting caught from a nice stun from Chaos Knight and then trying to escape. Oh, man, Leshrac with a lovely, lovely stun there. And Keeper of the Light did pick up the Sven kill, but Sven almost got away. It was very, very close. He did end up dying, but he did not die to the First Blood. That First Blood is going to be Leshrac on Jacaro with a nice intervention there with that stun. And then a double decay pulling 8 strength onto the Undying. So that was pretty effective. That was a pretty effective turnaround there. We had a bit of harass from Leshrac onto Jacaro, and it ended up paying off as Jacaro was the first one killed. And Leshrac barely escaping there from the Illuminate after getting hit from a stun, or I'm sorry, from a Reality Rift rather, from Stallcat on the Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight and Keeper of the Light on the same team, kind of playing with the lore a little bit. So, we have a Templar Assassin in trouble, and a beautiful close range hook from Pudge, landing on the Templar Assassin, who her refraction looks like it was on cooldown. It looked like it got beat down by that rot. Pudge, a very effective laner against Templar Assassin because of the rot, because of the autonomous nature of rot. And it's going to be a tough lane, I think, for the Templar. But as we saw last game, even though she had a somewhat tough lane against Queen of Pain with a supporting Jacaro, she managed to get strong and make an effective mid to late game for Empire. So we're going to see if Templar Assassin can do the same thing against the Pudge. Illusion. So Sven and Leshrac, they're kind of hanging around in the jungle right now. They're going to see a double pull here, I think. Yeah, they do successfully double pull. Chaos Knight and Keeper of the Light and Jacaro actually are going to be maybe in a bad position here against that Undying. He only gets 1 DK off, but it could have been a lot worse. Keeper of the Light is a very squishy hero. He's sitting at low HP, 286 HP right now. So he's going to have to be careful with a lane like the Undying, Sven, and Leshrac in that lane. That's a lot of stuns. That's a lot of stuns that could very quickly pick off a hero like Keeper of the Light, or Jacaro for that matter. Jacaro has a little bit more HP, but he's still, compared to a guy like Chaos Knight, he can be somewhat squishy. Though he's one of the thicker intelligence heroes, is Jacaro. Illuminate from Keeper of the Light, trying to catch some people out of position here, but he's not quite able to. And actually, oh, that was a nice follow-up stun from Jacaro. Undying killed Keeper of the Light, but I think Sven is going to drop from the nice ice path. No, he doesn't. Sven backs away just in time, and Jacaro with a lightning storm following his Split Earth, and Split Earth ends up killing the Chaos Knight. So Leshrac doing a pretty good job there, getting a couple kills for Undying. Again, we see some picks up of Lightning Storm instead of Diabolic Edict. Lightning Storm has always, I believe, been an underrated ability. It has a deceptively long range and does a good amount of damage that does not get reduced per jump. So ever since the nerf to Diabolic Edict, I think we're going to see more and more Lightning Storm, and Leshrac is going to play his role a bit as a nuker instead of just a tower pusher. Lone Druid's bear getting beat up a little bit, but that's okay. The bear doesn't mind if he gets beat up because he can just be resummoned if needed. So Darkseer is going up against the Lone Druid here. Darkseer is a decent lane against the Lone Druid. His Ion Shell can really do a lot of damage to the Spirit Bear, as we're seeing right here. Spirit Bear at very low HP. Kind of makes Mandus second guess when he can push his bear forward, and he actually might die right now if he can. Oh, he does. He does drop, and that's going to actually hurt Lone Druid quite a bit. Lone Druid is going to have to run away from Darkseer. Darkseer, hard hero to run away against, excuse me. He does manage to get away, but has to drop a salve. He does have the Tranquil Boots, and Undying actually getting grabbed here by Jakiro, Keeper of the Light, and Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight with a nice combo, and actually we saw a good Ice Path land as well. Pudge is in trouble too, because the reason that we saw the Undying go down on bottom is because we had Sven and Leshrac swinging to mid to take out Pudge to help Templar Assassin, and they succeed in doing so. So Pudge and Undying dropping there for each team. And Undying is back down here, getting barely caught by that split earth. Here comes an Illuminate, clipping Undying. Not the full power of the Illuminate, but enough to do some good amount of damage. He's sitting at 400 HP. Now he steals some strength and gets up to 500. And a Solar Rip heals. Maybe should have used the Solar Rip a little earlier. A bit more effective of a heal, but all the same, he's almost at full HP, so I guess it doesn't really matter. So Lone Druid kind of turning to the jungle right now. Fearing the laning presence of a Darkseer. Darkseer, one of the top solo laners in the game. Not only does he have an escape ability, like with his Surge, but he can use it to chase as well, and then his Ion Shell and Vacuum complement very well. Undying is getting beat up again with a good stun and Reality Rift from Chaos Knight. He's gonna escape, but it's real close, and once those decay buffs wear off, he's gonna be at low HP. Oh, but if he steals some more decay buffs here, and Chaos Knight's gonna jump on him. Jakiro with a nice Ice Path and a couple swings from Chaos Knight. Oh, a Solar Rip though, and a Leshrac coming in for the assist. Wow, Undying living up to his name right there. Leshrac saving the day, saving Undying's life. Undying was so close to death. He landed a great decay on, I think, 2 heroes, and he managed to survive long enough for Leshrac to get back. Now, Lone Druid again having trouble here, because not only is he getting the pressure from the Darkseer, but Sven has rotated top, a roaming Sven, but Chaos Knight teleporting in, throwing a nice Chaos Bolt onto the Darkseer. Darkseer trying to run away. He got Reality Rifted after running the wrong way, but I think he's going to make it, just barely. He's going to get out with 70 HP, unless... Oh no, there's a stun, and Chaos Knight hits a 2-stun onto the Darkseer. That's what he needed to kill him, and he did get it. So Darkseer dropping, thanks to Chaos Knight's map presence, teleporting to the top with a Scroll of Town portal, using a magic wand, and then landing that Chaos Bolt, finishing off a fleeing Darkseer. So Sven... He tried to help up top, tried to get the Lone Druid down, but wasn't able to, and Chaos Knight turns it around and kills the Darkseer. Excellent play by Chaos Knight, and good survivability there by Lone Druid. Right now we have Sven and Leshrac roaming up to the top, though. They're smoked up, so Lone Druid could be in trouble here. He's only at half HP. He's got 400. He uses Tranquil Boots. That's going to bring him up to about 550, 600 HP, I think. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. Now, Darkseer getting a little aggressive here because he has friends right around the corner. Let's see if Sven uses his Warcry, which he does. He uses Warcry to try to chase down, but Spirit Bear in the way. And this is actually going to be hurting for the Darkseer a little bit, but Sven has the speed. He does not have the mana. Oh no, he only has 5 more mana until he can cast it. 3 mana, 2 mana, but it's going to be too late. Sven, unfortunately, getting a little aggressive, and or maybe it was the Darkseer that got aggressive and pushed forward before Sven was ready. But Jakiro with a beautiful Ice Path onto the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin getting grabbed by Pudge, but she's going to be okay. That refraction paying off. And Sven now circling around, doing something to to assist the Templar Assassin in killing Pudge. Jackrow is going to try to escape, but he gets split earth by Leshrac. Leshrac is going to get beat up now, I think, by Templar Assassin. There's a nice meld strike for 100 damage and a lightning storm. Sven just needs to get one swing, a nice ultimate trap from the Templar Assassin, and Templar Assassin picking up the kill on Jackrow. So Next is currently down. They only have 4 kills, up to the 10 kills that Empire is sitting at. If we take a look at last hits real quick, we've got 50 last hits at 9 minutes for the Templar Assassin, 41 for Undying, and 40 for Darkseer. So that's they've been last hitting quite effectively and getting kills, because if we look at kills right now, we've got 4 on the Darkseer, I'm sorry, 4 on the Templar Assassin, 3 on the Undying, and 2 on the Leshrac. Pretty much everyone on the Dire team has 1 kill, and Lone Druid has been having a tough lane up top, so he is the only one on the team without it. Chaos Knight with a nice Reality Rift onto the Darkseer. Darkseer also getting stunned and then grabbed from a nice entangle on the bear. Oh no, Leshrac. Oh, is Leshrac going to actually save Darkseer? He gets ganked by 4 people, and he still escapes, and Sven is going to turn it around on the Chaos Knight with a nice stun. I can't believe Darkseer escaped from that. And there's a stun by Leshrac, a nice split earth, finishing off the Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light not quite as effective this game as he was last for Empire. This time Next is, I don't know if they're outplaying, if they're just not playing him right, or if it's Empire outplaying Next, but Lone Druid picks up a kill. Lone Druid picks up a Darkseer kill, so that's a double kill from the Lone Druid. So we exchanged, I believe it was 2 deaths on Next, 2 deaths now on Empire. Leshrac is going to try to get away. He's not going to get caught, so he's going to be fine. And we've got a Lone Druid and Jackrow kind of pairing up here. Jackrow is sitting at level 5 because he's been having some troubles and he's been roaming a little bit. Lone Druid is up to level 9. He has his Tranquil Boots, 2,000 gold. He's going to save up a little bit, try to get that Radiance, that Sacred Relic first onto the Lone Druid's bear, onto his furry little friend. We'll see if he can get that, and if getting that will turn things around for Next, because Next has been having a tough start. It's 13 kills on Empire to 6 kills on Next. That is, you know, they've each picked up a few kills in that last little skirmish. If we're looking at gold per minute, it's 467 on the Templar Assassin. I think she might be increasing that right now with a couple of chain stuns onto the Chaos Knight and a vacuum and a Sven stun, and down goes Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight getting killed by Templar Assassin primarily, but that's not to discredit the other people on the team that helped with that gang. Pudge killing Leshrac. So Pudge picked up he's picking up the slack a little bit in mid, and it looks like Jackrow is going to be going down as well. So that's 2 deaths on Next to 1 death on Empire. So Empire again coming away on top. Just the Sven, Darkseer, and Templar Assassin combination has been good. Templar Assassin throws down a trap, which has an incredible high casting range. What is it at? It's at I don't know. It's really far though. It's a very long range. She can lay that down. So she lays that down. Then Chaos Knight is able to, or I'm sorry, not Chaos Knight. Sven is able to land a good stun, and Darkseer can pull back. Basically, they can just hold someone in a small area while the Ion Shell from Darkseer and smashes the powerful meld smashes from Templar Assassin finishes people off. There's a nice vacuum and a follow-up stun by Leshrac and another follow-up stun by the Sven. So that's a double kill for Empire. Darkseer picking up 1, Templar Assassin picking up another. Templar Assassin's at 6 kills right now. Net worth of 6,197 gold. Right behind her is Undying with 4,840 gold. This middle tower is going to go down, I have to believe. And the Lone Druid and the Keeper of the Light can just sit back and watch. Chaos Knight's also pushing bottom tower. I think he might, no, I'm sorry, not pushing bottom, defending bottom tower. I think he might want to rotate mid though and defend. Because Darkseer with a nice vacuum. Chaos Knight with a stun on Leshrac for 4 seconds. That's going to delay Leshrac's push up a little bit. Nice dual breath. Oh no, Pudge though snuck around top. Pudge snuck around and grabbed the Sven. Sven is going to die. Pudge commits suicide. So Pudge is back in the game though. Pudge knows he has to buy back in to defend this. So Lightning Storm by Leshrac. Dual Breath by Jackrow, landing onto the Darkseer. Chaos Knight dropping though from the Templar Assassin, and the Lone Druid as well going down. Double kill from Templar Assassin. She is on a tear right now. Templar Assassin is right inside of Next's base, just swinging, swinging, swinging. Keeper of the Light's the only one still standing. We're 12 minutes into the game, and we might be seeing a Rax in just a moment. A nice blink now from Templar Assassin. Pick up. Oh, wow, and Next GG's out at 12 minutes into the game. 12 minutes into the game. They already realize they are so far behind. Templar Assassin, she did not have the best carry last game, but you can believe she had a hell of a carry this game. I can't believe that Next is GGing out so early, but honestly, what can they do? All of their lanes are being pushed back. Templar Assassin is just picking up so much farm. She's at 8,000 gold worth, 600 gold per minute. She has a Blink Dagger. She has Phase Boots. Templar Assassin is no joke this game. Leshrac just coming in with gorgeous split earths, following up some nice vacuums for multiple target split earths. Sven as well, just hitting those multiple targets after the vacuums, just like I suspected early on when they in the picking phase. Darkseer is going to be the crux of the team with his vacuums, and then we're going to see some nice area stuns from Sven, nice area stuns from Leshrac. Undying, just boosting the damage of everyone. We saw some strong Undying play on bottom, but no big team fight ability from him. But it's this was Empire's series between game 1 and game 2. Empire just stepped up and slapped Next around a little bit. So Empire showing their strength. Showing the strength of heroes like Undying and Sven. Sven especially. I think Sven he is the standout right now. He's the hero to watch. I think we might be seeing more Sven bans. We might be seeing some more Sven picks as well until people really grab onto his strength. Because people are starting to notice he can deal tons of damage. He has utility. He has a disable. There's not a lot of things that Sven doesn't have. And the crazy thing is he didn't even get that big of a buff in 6.75. He did get a buff, don't get me wrong. His cleave and his ultimate got buffs. But as you see here, cleave isn't even being skilled right now. We've seen it in the past, but in this game, cleave doesn't even have a point in it. Those were all just combinations with Darkseer, and then you know, big smacks onto towers, and Sven was able to dictate a lot of this game. And Templar Assassin, for a little while, she has been a go-to carry. She's a strong mid-game, strong early game. She is a carry, but she's not as hard of a carry as someone like Faceless Void or Anti-Mage. She is someone who can be effective in the early and mid-game, and she's survivable. She's survivable, she can chase, she can flee. There's a lot that she brings to the team. So Templar Assassin, you know, expect to see bans of her. Though, again, with the changes to the Captain's mode, it is going to be a little iffy to ban heroes straight out. Be like, I don't want to play a Templar Assassin, I don't want to play a Sven, so I'm going to ban them. But then you let in heroes that are a little less conventional, but that teams practice with. You know, we've seen Disruptor from Next a few times this series, because Disruptor, you know, 9 can play an effective Disruptor. So we've seen Disruptor picked a few times, and it's not out of the question that we'd see Disruptor bans. And that's not a hero you would see banned in mostly any other circumstance. So a team like that, you know, if basically the short of it, what I'm getting at is that the Captain's mode change is very interesting, and it allows strong heroes like Sven, I guess. You know, I never thought I'd be saying that, a strong hero like Sven into the pool to be picked. And we saw some good Sven play here. We saw some great Leshrac play, great Templar play. You know, Next they just weren't able to get a good footing. They got beaten every lane, and Empire was relentless in taking advantage of that. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. You're watching it here, but it's real pig masks. Check it out. And yeah, this was the 2-game series here from Gosuleague. I believe this was the last of Next's games, which I'd been casting the Next games in the Gosuleague. So I might jump back and cast some Empire games, or you know, DreamHack is going on right now, so maybe I'll jump into DreamHack and cast those live. So we'll see. But thank you. Subscribe. Check it out. End.